John Beltran back at Mead High School in Longmont after the Mead girls defeated Fort Morgan tonight by a score of 52-32. And now it's the boys' turn, and this is going to be a monumental test, to say the least. Mustangs go into the game with a 2-11 record in the Tri-Valley, 5-15 overall. Meanwhile, Mead is ranked third in the state. They have yet to lose. They are 12-0 in league play and 15-3 on the season. And they have 4 players averaging in double figures. So again, Fort Morgan, just to remain in the game, is going to have to play one heck of a game. One heck of a game, because this Mead team they are talented, they are long, and they do virtually everything well. No question about that. Momentarily, we'll send it downstairs for the starting lineups here from Longmont. The Mustangs are also shorthanded tonight. Caden Edson under the weather. Jacob Ortega has been out for a few games, out for the rest of the season after undergoing knee surgery on Tuesday. The injury started with Devin Mussman several games ago with a broken bone in a foot. So that's why they've had to call up some players. And let's send it downstairs for tonight's national anthem. All right, that's our national anthem here from Mead High School in anticipation of this boys game coming up tonight. You know, if you're Fort Morgan, you got nothing to lose here. Mead at 16-3. And again, they've got all types of talent. And you look at Jax Wilkie, he's one of the 4 averaging double figures. He stands at 6'8". So just defending him is going to be tough enough. Non-starters are being introduced, and then we will send it downstairs for the starting lineups of tonight's game between the Mustangs and the Mead Mavericks. Mead with a pretty deep roster as well. Well, deep in terms of compared to some other teams in this conference. Fort Morgan not very deep. Only with 9 players out there that they can use. They've also got injuries at the JV level. So they had to call up some freshmen even to play some junior varsity basketball earlier today.
Wearer number 32, AJ Jacob.
All right, now let's send it downstairs for the starting lineups.
For the Fort Morgan Mustangs, wearer number 5, Fernando Marquez. Wearer number 2, Noah Rojo. Wearer number 11, David Sarina. Wearer number 14, Nick Norris. Wearer number 31, Isaac Linker. Head coach is Mr. Andy Schoen. And now for your Mead Mavericks. Wearer number 2, junior 6'2", Nick Jacob. Wearer number 3, junior 5'10", Will Marr. Wearer number 5, junior 6'2", Trey Ward. Wearer number 10, senior 6'3", Caleb Ayers. And wearer number 15, senior 6'8", the big guy, Jack Wilkie. Head coach, Mr. Darren Reese.
Opening tip brought to you by Ingmeyer Phillips Insurance. Things happen in life. Make sure you're prepared with the right insurance coverage. And that is none other Ingmeyer Phillips Insurance in Brush and Fort Morgan. Once again, Nick Jacobs, Will Marr, Trey Ward, Caleb Ayers, and Jack Wilkie for Mead. For the Mustangs, Noah Rojo, Fernando Marquez, David Sarinana, Nick Norris, and Isaac Linker. Mustangs in their blacks and Mead in their white uniform with the burnt orange numerals. And Nick Norris has been a very productive player all the season on the offensive end, but now he's got to contend with somebody in Wilkie who's about 3 to 4 inches taller. So Norris has got to find a way around him and probably be as physical as possible as he can with Jack Wilkie. And Wilkie wearing a Band-Aid right on top of that left knee. And we're still awaiting a basketball. There it is. Well, it's not going to be Wilkie. It'll be Nick Jacob jumping center. So Norris has a 3-inch height advantage. And the tip is controlled, though, by Mead. And no, but he caught his own tip. That's Fort Morgan's ball. Yeah, you can't catch your own tip, and yet it took him 4 seconds to blow that whistle. Mustang basketball at midcourt. Linker to throw it in. Very interested to see the tempo that the Mustangs have in this game. Dubre, Martinez, Graff, and Beltran on the bench. That's it, 9 players tonight. So heavy minutes for your starters unless Coach Schoen goes with these 4 players at some point in the game. Sarinana on the high right with the basketball. Sarinana picks up the dribble, looking, lobs it, free throw line for Norris. Norris against Wilkie, takes a dribble, back out to Sarinana, high left for Linker, back out to Rojo. Rojo against Nick Jacobs, and then the pass goes out of bounds, intended for Norris. And the Mustangs commit a turnover 25 seconds into the game. They obviously got to stay away from that. Will Marr the other way. Marr on the outside right for Nick Jacobs. Straight away into the lane is Ayers. Back out to Jacobs. On the outside left, Marr takes the 3, and that's good in the corner. 3-0 Mead. 7:13 to go in the opening quarter. Sarinana in the backcourt to Marquez. Marquez crosses the timeline. High left for Linker. It's a 3-on-2. Linker into the lane, then dribble the ball off the foot of Jax Wilkie, so they'll call a kicking violation. Mustangs to throw it in the front court underneath the basket. Marquez to throw it in. Marquez calls out the play. Marquez left corner for Rojo, penetrates left baseline, bounce pass down low for Norris, puts it up and too strong, and the ball is tipped into the hands of Sarinana. He was bumped. 10-footer Sarinana in and out. And the rebound controlled by Ayers. Long pass towards Marr, poked out of bounds. Nice defensive play by the Mustangs. Marr to throw it in. Will Marr in the left corner. Still looking. Overhead pass towards Ward at midcourt. Ward against Sarinana. In the right corner, here's Jacobs, penetrates right baseline, pulls up from 5, and that's off the back of the rim. And then Linker tips the ball out of bounds. Mead retains possession. 6:39 to go, first quarter. Mead 3, Fort Morgan nothing. There's the lob into Wilkie. Wilkie, left corner, poked from behind, out of bounds by Marquez. Good defense by the Mustangs in the early going. Very good defense. That's their strength. They lost to Mead by only 13 in Fort Morgan. Here's Wilkie, left baseline, lobs it cross court. The 3 by Ward is no good, and Nick Norris has the strong side rebound for the Mustangs. On the outlet to Sarinana, 6:25 to go in the first. Here's Sarinana dribbling high right against Marr. Sarinana behind the three-point line. Oh, terrible bounce pass intended for Norris. Cut off by Wilkie. Wilkie's long pass to Marr's headed out of bounds. He tried to save it in, but does to Linker, but it went off of Linker's. Nope. They said it went off of Marr's leg out of bounds. So they exchanged turnovers there. Backcourt pressure. Marquez lobs it towards Rojo. Rojo with a 2-on-2 in the left wing. Back out to Marquez. Marquez dribbles left baseline. Marquez cut off at the top for Sarinana. Sarinana straight away. Dribbles to his right behind the three-point line. Looks over at the bench for play instructions. Guarded over there by Nick Jacobs, In the right corner for Marquez. Marquez gets a pick from Norris. Dribbling towards the top against Wilkie. Wilkie about 10 inches taller. Linker on the high left to Sarinana. Sarinana to his right at the free throw line. Puts up a runner, and that's blocked out of there by Trey Ward. Here is Jacobs the other way. Hands it off to Ayers. Ayers right baseline penetration. Cut off over there. Now the right wing Jacobs 3 is off the front of the rim, but the rebound is into the hands of Trey Ward. They reset now the Ayers 3. He back-ribbed it, and going high for the rebound is Isaac Linker of Fort Morgan. Still 3-0 Mead. 5:16 to go in the first. Marquez into the paint. A little runners up and off to the left. Marquez gets the rebound, goes back up, blocked by Wilkie. And here's Trey Ward out of the pack with a basketball. Ward middle of the lane. Jacobs lays it up, and he missed it, but he's fouled by Linker. Linker commits his first. And to the line will be Nick Jacobs. So Fort Morgan's playing some outstanding defense, but again, they've only been able to stay in games this year with defense. They're not a high-scoring team, and Mead is. The free throw is up, and that is off the back of the rim. We've played nearly 3 minutes of basketball, still 3-0 on the three-pointer by Will Marr. Second free throw coming up for the junior, Nick Jacobs. He bends, he shoots, and he scores. Boy, it sat on the back rim, and it went down. Backcourt pressure being applied. Sarinana. He's double-teamed. Jump pass nearly stripped away. It's taken by Marquez. Marquez with a 3-on-2. Middle of the lane. Marquez, 14-foot pull-up, is off to the left, and the ball is tipped out of bounds. That stays with Fort Morgan. That's off Jacobs. Mustangs have had some good looks, but they can't knock anything down. Marquez to trigger it in to the left of the basket. Marquez got to get rid of it. And he does towards the back court. Sarinana's got to chase it down. That's not an over and back. He thought it was an over and back. Sarinana's got to get his head in the game. He thought it was an over and back. That's not an over and back. And the ball is out of bounds off Fort Morgan. Boy, Sarinana didn't know the rule there. Third turnover by the Mustangs. It went off another Mustang hand out of bounds. Here's Wilkie in the right corner, cross court, left corner. Ayers 3 in the air, is off the back of the rim, and the ball is at the free throw line. Tipped toward now the three-pointer by Marr, and the corner's good. Boy, but you got to get your head in the game. And then another pass tipped away at midcourt, but the Mustangs have got it. Marquez gets it off the deflection. Now to Norris. Norris in the lane, back out to Sarinana. 7-0. Bounce pass down low for Norris. Left-handed hook is up and off to the right. And the ball is out of bounds. It's off Jacobs. Mustangs have had their opportunities. Nick Beltran into the game for Sarinana. Yeah, if you lob it into the backcourt, that's not an over and back, and that's what David had thought. But nonetheless, that play's over. Marquez lobs it into Isaac Linker. Linker right of the lane. Out of Marquez behind the three-point line. Straight away to Linker. Linker dribbles into the paint. Pulls up 10-footer off the glass and in. Isaac Linker gets much-needed points for Fort Morgan. 7-2. 4:06 to go. Wilkie, right baseline, underneath the basket. He muscles up, and he traveled, yes. A traveling violation, second turnover against Mead. And Simon Graff checks into the game for Noah Rojo, so already 2 players off the bench here for Coach Andy Schoen. Linker. Backcourt bounce pass to Marquez. Marquez jump pass to Norris. Norris with the basketball, still in the backcourt, gets rid of it. Marquez has it on the outside right in the front court. Marquez with the basketball, penetrating right baseline, nearly tied up, swings it back out to Graff. Now to Marquez on the right wing. Marquez right of the lane, in the lane, forces up a shot, partially blocked, taken by Norris, and then Norris has the ball stripped away. The other way, here comes Mead in the right corner. Jacobs penetrating right baseline. 5-foot pull-up is short. Rebound to Wilkie. He banks and scores. He's just too big. Wilkie's too tall at 6'8". It's a 9-2 lead. Beltran backcourt to Norris. Jump pass taken by Graff across the timeline. Graff on the right wing with a basketball on the right baseline. Graff's got to get rid of it and dribble the ball out of bounds. Boy, Simon did a nice job, but for some reason maintained the dribble. You want to get rid of it against this team and move it around. 9-2, 3:18 to go in the first. The other way, here comes Will Marr, who's got 2 3-pointers for Mead. Bounce pass to Jacobs inside. He banks it in. Fort Morgan fell asleep on the back end. And it's a timeout, 30-second timeout called by Andy Schoen, down 11-2. Now their defense has slipped here, and they got to keep it as strong as possible. If not, as strong as Mead is, they could take you out of a game very early. They're up by 9. At 11-2. Time to remind you that you can get a delicious treat, breakfast or lunch option at Willow Coffee and Bake Shop, 921 Edison Street in Brush. And like a good neighbor, State Farm Insurance, Greg Mullen at State Farm Insurance is there, and his team are there to make the insurance world easy for you. 842-4555, Greg Mullen at State Farm Insurance. Graff, Marquez, Norris, Beltran, and Linker. You got 2 seniors, a freshman, a sophomore, and a junior. Linker to throw it in. In the backcourt to Graff. Graff gets rid of it to Beltran. Beltran crosses the timeline. Beltran behind his back, into the lane. Left corner for Marquez. Marquez penetrates left baseline, puts it up, and short from 5 feet away, gets it right back, and he's fouled. Strong move by the freshman Marquez. He goes to the line for Fort Morgan. That's what you got to do. You got to create. Foul was committed by Trey Ward, his first. Marquez with 2 early rebounds. Now the Mustangs have got to convert on the offensive end. Marquez with a free throw is up and in. Mead 11, Fort Morgan 3. Second free throw upcoming for the freshman Marquez, and that is in. It rattles home. Mustangs to within 7. It's 11-4. Mead comes the other way with the basketball on the outside right is Ward. Straight away to Jacobs on the outside left. Marr, he takes the long 3, and that's good. You got to cover him. That's 3 threes for Will Marr. He's got 9. He's outscoring Fort Morgan by himself. Beltran in the backcourt, front court pass to Linker. Linker across the timeline. Linker hands it back off to Beltran. Beltran at the top against Ward. Beltran between his legs setting up this Fort Morgan offense. Beltran on the outside left to Linker in the left corner for Marquez. Penetrates left of the lane, had the ball stripped from behind. Mustangs commit their 5th turnover. There's the lob to Marr. Right wing 3, and this guy's red hot. He made another one. That's 4 threes for Marr. He's got 12 in the game. It's 17-4 with 2:14 to go. Norris in the backcourt now to Graff. Graff front court pass to Marquez. Double team. Marquez jump pass, left corner, Linker. Linker into the lane. Linker all the way, hooks it up, and he missed it. Rebound to Norris. He goes back up, and he's fouled. Nick Norris to the line. And let's see if that was Ward who committed his second. And no, they're going to say that was not on the shot. Yeah, they're going to say it was on Jax Wilkie, but that looked like it was on the shot. But Beltran to throw it in. Now into the game are David Wilhelm and K.J. Jacobs. With 2:01 to go first quarter, Mead with a 17-4 lead. Beltran to trigger it into the front court. In the left corner for Marquez, back out to Linker. Linker looking for Graff, picks up his dribble, hands it off to Graff, right of the lane, straight away to Linker. Linker left of the lane, over to Beltran. Beltran straight away three-pointer is off the back of the rim, and the rebound to Jax Wilkie is second. Over to Trey Ward. Ward across the timeline, dribbling left baseline, back out left corner for Jacobs. He'll take the three, and that's no good. And the ball is tipped around into the hands of Marr. Another three. I can't believe what this guy's doing. His fifth three-pointer. He hasn't missed. 15 in the game. It's 20-4. Marquez overhead pass front court to Beltran. Beltran back out to Linker. Linker straight away with the basketball in the lane, all the way off the glass, too strong. Jax Wilkie has the rebound. Long pass to Barney, lays it up and in. A traveling violation. I didn't see the travel at all. I think Fort Morgan got away with one there, but they're still down by 16. It really hasn't made a difference. But Will Marr is on fire. 15 points on 5 3-pointers. Graff gets it into Beltran with 1:14 to go in the first quarter. It's 20-4. Beltran between his legs in the backcourt, feeds it to Graff. Graff across the timeline. Graff back out to Beltran. And Beltran is called for traveling. Got to watch out with those feet. 6 turnover. With 1:05 to go. David Wilhelm gets it in over there to Will Marr. On the outside right to Jacobs. Lob down low for Wilkie. Andres Dubre into the game. Now Jacobs, his floater's up and no good, but he's fouled. And let's see who committed that foul. On Andres Dubre. That's his first. Sarinana will check back in. Free throw by Jacobs is good. And he's in for Fernando Marquez. Mead, as expected, with a big lead in this game. 21-4, 56.9 to go. Second free throw is in off the lip of the rim, 22-4. Sadinan in the backcourt, over to Beltran. Beltran maintains the dribble. Back out to Sarinana. He's got to cross the timeline and does. Sarinana on the high left. In the left corner for Linker. Bounce pass down low for Graff. He turns, he shoots, and that's short. And Jax Wilkie grabs his fourth rebound. Long pass, and the layup is up, and that's missed, but a foul on Dubre. The foul as David Wilhelm was trying to put it in. And Wilhelm to the line. Well, Fort Morgan cannot panic at all. They just got to play basketball. They know this team is competing for a state title as Mead is 16-3. And the free throw by Wilhelm is in and out. But Will Marr is shooting unconsciously with those 5 triples. Second free throw is up and in. Mead leads by 19, 23-4. Sadinan in the backcourt. Sadinan to Beltran. Beltran with a 4-on-3. Beltran middle of the lane over to Linker. Linker lays it up too strong, and the ball is out of bounds. It's off Mead. Mustangs retain possession, 23.5 to go. Beltran to the left of the basket to throw it in. Beltran looking down low for Linker. Poked out of bounds by Jacobs. That's an ill-advised pass. Because Linker would have been trapped underneath the basket. He was cutting, but you got to be more careful than that. Beltran to the right of the basket now to throw it in. Lobs it towards the top to Linker. Over to Beltran on the left wing. Beltran left corner and then had the ball poked out of bounds. Fort Morgan retains possession. 17.8 to go in the opening quarter, down by 19. Like Beltran looking, still bounce pass to Linker. Linker on the right baseline, kicks it back out in the front. Here's Dubre, three-pointer. That's off to the left. And the ball is rebounded while Linker's on the floor. He gets it into Sarinana. Sarinana to Beltran. No look to Graff. Graff puts it up and misses. And the rebound to Jacobs. 2 seconds to go with 1. There's a long pass, and that's the end of the quarter. Mustangs had numerous opportunities to score, but unfortunately could not after just scoring 4 points in the opening quarter. It's Mead 23 and Fort Morgan 4 back in 1 minute on B106 and B106.com. We start the second quarter. Mead leads Fort Morgan 23-4. With the basketball's David Wilhelm out there now with Jacob McGill, Jacob Bartholomew. Will Marr has it into the lane, kicks it back out, and he traveled. Well, lots of traveling violations called. Mustangs had 6 turnovers in the opening quarter. That's the 4th here for Mead. It's Rojo, Dubray, Sadinana, Norris, and Graff for Fort Morgan. Sadinana backcourt for Noah Rojo. Lobs it back out to Sadinana. Sadinana was bumped, no whistle. Sadinana at the top, back out to Dubray. Dubray to Sadinana. Mustangs set up the offense, 7:35 to go second quarter. Mead leads by 19. On the outside right to Rojo. Dribbles to his left, looking for Norris. Kicks it straight away to Dubray. On the left wing, here is Sadinana. Sadinana straight away to Norris and a high right to Graff. Graff pulls up. He'll take a 3. That's in and out. That was halfway down. Sadinana, though, chases down the Fort Morgan rebound. Sadinana puts up a runner. Good! Little 12-footer for David Sadinana. Mustangs down 23-6. The other way, here's Bartholomew has a shot blocked out of there, and Nick Norris comes away with a basketball. And then a steal by Will Marr. Boy, the Mustangs threw it away. Here is Marr, right corner 3, and he finally missed one. And Simon Graff has the rebound for Fort Morgan, his second. On the outlet to Sadinana. Sadinana behind his back. 6:43 to go in the second. Fort Morgan down by 17. Sadinana down low for Norris. Knocked out of bounds by Jacob Bartholomew. Here come Nick Jacobs and Caleb Ayers into the game for Mead. Yeah, they've got to shut the score down low when Wilkie's out of the game. Nick Norris has not scored yet. He knew this would be a challenge. Beto Martinez is in for Simon Graff. Beto looking. Right corner for Dubray. He'll take the 3. Boy, threw up a shot off the back of the rim. Jacob McGill has the rebound. On the outlet to Nick Jacobs. Jacobs at the top. Over to McGill. McGill holds the basketball. Left wing to Jacobs. Dribbles into the lane. And then a no-look pass to Bartholomew. Banks and misses, but a foul. Boy, that was a nice move into the lane, and Bartholomew will shoot 2. And the Mustang foul was committed by Nick Norris, his first. And the free throw by Bartholomew is off to the left and off the back of the rim. Second free throw coming up for Jacob Bartholomew. 6:21 to go second quarter. And it's 23-6 Mead. And that one is up, and that is in. It's an 18-point lead for the Mavericks. Backcourt pressure being applied. Sadinana now to Norris. Norris still in the backcourt. Finds Sadinana. Mead will back off a bit as he crosses midcourt. Sadinana near that right corner for Rojo. Dribbles right baseline all the way and has a shot blocked from behind, but it's taken by Martinez. He goes up too strong, and then Norris puts it up, and his shot is partially blocked, and Ayers has it for Mead. That's outstanding defense there for the Mead Mavericks. With the basketball on the outside left is Jacobs in the corner now for Wilhelm. Lob down low for Ayers, double team, and then had the ball stripped by Dubray. Nice defense by Fort Morgan. Turnover number 5 for Mead. Here's Beto Martinez out of the pack over to Sadinana. 5:39 to go before the break. Mead 24, Fort Morgan 6. Sadinana guarded by Wilhelm on the high right. Sadinana crosses over on him into the paint. Bounce pass towards Norris, and it went by everybody out of bounds. That's the 8th turnover on the Mustangs, and Linker's back in. Dubray and Rojo are out. Marquez back into the game as well for Fort Morgan. And Jax Wilkie, the 6'8 intimidator, back in for Mead. Here's Jacobs on the outside right, hands it off to Ayers against Sadinana. Lobs it right baseline for Wilkie, guarded by Norris. Now he's in the corner with the basketball. Overhead pass inside, poked out of bounds by Marquez. And the Mustangs playing some tight defense. They've allowed just a point here in the second quarter with 5:14 to go, but they're down by 18. And Caleb Ayers to throw it in. Ayers looking, still looking. Lobs it at the top for Wilkie. Wilkie against Norris. Wilkie with a left-handed dribble, looking for an outlet. Finds it back out over there to Nick Jacobs against Marquez. Right of the lane, right corner. Ayers triple is off the back of the rim, but Wilkie chases down the rebound. They're controlling the boards. Here's a left corner Jacobs 3, and that's off the back of the rim. And Nick Norris had the rebound. Now the ball's loose on the floor, and there's a travel as Wilkie had it on the floor. I tell you, you got one official who calls a travel on virtually everything. I've never seen so many traveling violations. I mean, the Mustangs will take it, but Fort Morgan's been called for travels when I didn't think any of these were travels. Here's Sadinana, backcourt pass. Oh, that's a terrible pass intended for Norris. Picked up by McGill. Banks misses, and the tip-up is up, and that's missed by Bartholomew. And then Jacobs has it. Mustangs commit their 9th turnover. Here's a left corner, McGill. No, he's not going to take the three. Instead, he's bumped over there by Martinez. Martinez commits his first foul, but boy, got to watch out with the turnovers there. Jacobs to throw it in. Jacobs over to Wilkie behind the three-point line. Left wing three. He back rimmed it, no. But again, the rebound to Bartholomew. Here's a right wing three by Ayers, and that's in and out. And another rebound is taken by Bartholomew. Here to Ayers, right of the lane. Over to Wilkie. Wilkie at the free throw line. Wilkie leans. A lob pass down low for Bartholomew. Double team. Back out to Jacobs. Left of the lane. Jacobs leans, shoots, and he's fouled as he misses. But Fort Morgan is not doing a good job on the boards, and that foul's committed by Norris' second. Jacob Bartholomew has snatched rebound after rebound here. 4:16 remaining second quarter, and to the line is Nick Jacobs. Mead has scored just 1 point in the quarter, and this free throw is going to be off to the right. Second free throw upcoming here for Nick Jacobs. And that's up, and that is back rimmed, and the ball is tipped around, and it's into the hands of David Sadinana, his third board. Still 24-6, 4:07 to go before halftime. Sadinana met by Jacobs just across midcourt. On the high left to Linker, left baseline, Beto Martinez misses a 15-footer, got nothing but air. Jacobs with a basketball into the front court to Ayers, right wing, wide open three, he got it. Mustangs call a timeout. They're down by 21, a full timeout. 3:51 to go, second quarter. Mead 27, Fort Morgan 6 on B106 and B106.com. Mustang basketball trailing Mead 27-6, 3:51 to go, second quarter. I'm John Beltran, live from Mead High School. The Mead girls won tonight 52-32, snapping an 8-game losing streak. Linker, Sadinana, Marquez, Norris, and Beto Martinez. Sadinana in the backcourt. Pressure over there by Jacob Bartholomew. Jump pass to Marquez, crosses the timeline. Marquez behind his back. Marquez on the high right to Sadinana. Sadinana against Caleb Ayers, maintains the dribble on the right wing behind the three-point line to Marquez. Dribbles to his left at the free throw line into the lane, and then he's stripped by Jacob McGill. Turnover number 10 for Fort Morgan. 2-on-1. Jacobs all the way. Slams into Beto Martinez, who takes the charging call. Nice job by Beto. He stood his ground, and Jacobs commits the offensive foul. Turnover number 7. Fort Morgan has shown a lot of defense tonight. I mean, really, Will Marr. He made his first 5 3-point attempts, and that's been the difference in the game. This guy's been so hot. All in the first quarter. If he doesn't get that hot, I mean, Fort Morgan is still down in this game, but not by 21. Problem is, this team in Mead is so long and lean and athletic, you've got to hit outside shots. Very difficult to score. Sadinana hit a floater in the lane. Isaac Linker banked one in the lane as well, but everything else has been missed or blocked. Here's Sadinana pressured by Bartholomew in the backcourt. Over to Marquez. Marquez crosses midcourt behind his back. Double team now. Bounce pass out to Beto Martinez, and he was bumped. That'll be the 4th team foul on Mead. And the foul's committed by Jacob McGill. That's his first, just beyond midcourt. Linker to throw it in. Yeah, Fort Morgan showing a lot of effort here, but very difficult to score on this team. Linker towards the backcourt. Marquez will chase it down. It was intended for Sadinana. Luckily, Marquez saw it. Again, not an over and back. Marquez against Caleb Ayers with a crossover dribble. In the left corner, chest pass to Sadinana. Sadinana jump pass to Linker, but again, that's a long team, and it's knocked out of bounds by Wilkie. Yeah, jump passes are tough against this team, and here comes Trey Ward back into the game for Jacob Bartholomew. And to throw it in will be Marquez. With 2:53 to go in the second quarter, Marquez looking. Got to get rid of it. Got to get rid of it. He throws it off of Mead Maverick. Take it by Norris. He puts it up and in by Norris. I don't know how he floated that ball over the 6'8" Wilkie, but he was able to do it. First points for Norris, 27-8. Mustangs were down by 19 after one, still down by 19 with 2:36 to go. Lob right baseline for Ward, right corner for Jacobs, penetrates, jump pass to Ward, right wing three, is going to be around and no good. However, the rebound to Jacob McGill, and there's a Fort Morgan foul, and that's the problem. The Mustangs are getting destroyed on the backboards. And that should be a 1-and-1. That should be the 17th foul, putting Jacob McGill on the line. And the second on Linker. Beltran is in for Sarinana. 2, 3, 4. They've already had 7 players in the scoring column tonight. And McGill could be number 8 with 2:29 to go before halftime. Free throw is in. And the lead is up to 20. It's been as big as 21. Simon Graff about to come into the game. He's going to replace either Linker or Norris. And it's going to be Norris who Simon Graff replaces. Second free throw coming up for Jacob McGill. He bends, he shoots, and connects. Mead still will apply the pressure. Up by 21, 29-8. Beltran in the backcourt, throws it over to Marquez, crosses the timeline, high left for Linker. Linker with a basketball. Linker maintains the dribble. Linker on the outside right. Linker left to the lane. Linker left baseline. Left corner for Martinez. Martinez into the paint. Martinez has to back it out. He's already in the lane. He's got to shoot it, and he does, and he misses off to the right. He would have been called for 3 seconds. And the rebound into the hands of Jacob McGill. Long pass, left corner for Ward. Ward, jump pass down low for Wilkie. Left corner, Jacobs, 3. Back rimmed it, no. And the rebound to Jacobs, and his pass is poked out of bounds by Marquez. But again, Fort Morgan, I mean, they're running, but they're not getting these rebounds at all. And back into the game are Will Marr and David Wilhelm. Yeah, huge rebounding discrepancy here in the opening half. There's the lob in, left baseline to Ward. Ward against Beltran, dribbles right by Beltran, hooks it up, and he missed it. And the ball is rebounded by Ward again, and then this time he traveled. Yeah, Fort Morgan's defense is getting tested big time here. Linker in the backcourt to Marquez. Marquez over to Linker. Back to Beltran. Beltran between his legs, jump pass to Graff. He crosses midcourt. Cross court to Linker. Linker on the high left, hands it off to Marquez, dribbling left baseline. Lean shoots, and that's partially blocked by Wilhelm and taken away by Ayers. Long pass to Marr in the right corner. Ward, he won't take that 3 with 1:22 to go. Left corner for Ayers, guarded by Beltran. He dribbles to his right. Cross court pass over to Ward. Ward against Marquez. Backs up straight away. 3 is short. And Simon Graff grabs the rebound for the Mustangs, his third board. The outlet to Beltran. 7 to go in the second quarter. Beltran behind his back, still in the backcourt. He's going to have to get rid of the basketball. And he lobs it backcourt to Marquez. And Marquez, it's a 10-second violation. A turnover for the Mustangs. They're 11th, and there's way too much dribbling there by Beltran. He's got to get rid of the basketball. 59.1 seconds to go. And Jacobs to throw it in. 11 turnovers for Fort Morgan and 8 for Mead. On the outside left, it's Ward. Straight away, and then the pass is thrown out of bounds by Marr. Jacobs was cutting towards the basket, and he thought Jacobs was going to stay on the outside. Fort Morgan basketball. Beltran underneath his own basket, lost control. He's got to get control of that basketball over to Martinez. Martinez jump pass to Dubray. Dubray crossing the timeline. Dubray on the outside left. Dubray looking, lob down low for a grab, straight away for Martinez. Right corner for Rojo, penetrates, pulls up, little 10-footer, is off to the left. A little bit deep, and the rebound is controlled by Nick Jacobs. On the outlet there to Marr. Marr with 24 seconds to go. Marr with a basketball on the outside right to Wilhelm. Wilhelm dribbles towards the top. Back out to Marr. We have 14 seconds remaining. They'll take the final shot here, the opening half. The handoff to Jacobs with 9. Cross court to Wilhelm with 7. Now to Ward with 5. Ward behind the three-point line. Takes the 3. Good. Wow. What a shot. And that's going to be the end of the opening half. With the score, Mead 32, Fort Morgan 8. on Morgan County's B106 and B106.com. I'm John Beltran back at Mead High School in Longmont. We head to the third quarter as Mead is going for the sweep tonight, well on their way. 20-point victory for the Mead girls, a 24-point halftime lead for the Mead boys. They're 16 minutes away from moving to 17-3. 2 regular season games after tonight for the Mustangs. Saturday night at home against Frederick, and in a week from tomorrow in Johnstown against Roosevelt. We'll have all those games, including the girls' games here on B106 as well as B106.com. And we'll see the lineup that Coach Schoen goes with to begin the second half. You know that Mead has already pretty much cleared most of their bench after they got off to a 19-point lead following the first 8 minutes of play. Fort Morgan played them pretty well last month in Fort Morgan, 67-54, but Fort Morgan was a little bit healthier and deeper back then. Now only 9 players dressed out tonight. And let's see if they can just have some fun out there. You got to have some fun against this team. They know, Fort Morgan knows that Mead is a superior team. They're not fooling themselves here. They just got to come out and play loose. And they really did for the first 3.5 minutes. It was a 3-0 game. And all of a sudden, a bucket and a couple of free throws got Mead going in the right direction. And again, if you cannot hit outside shots against this team, you're in trouble because they can defend down low, and they can obviously defend anywhere on the court. Linker to throw it in. Out there with Sarinana, Marquez, Rojo, and Norris. Linker to Sarinana. And half number 2 is underway from Longmont. Sarinana, right corner for Marquez. Marquez against Caleb Ayers. Out there with Wilkie. Now to Linker. To Sarinana. Down low for Linker. In the lane, hooks it up and in! Linker with a left hand scores. 32-10. Mustangs in double digits here. With the basketball is Ward inside to Jacobs. He banks it in. Nice cut to the basket. And Ward found Jacobs. Jacobs now with 5. It's 34-10. Marquez over to Norris. On the outside right front court, here's Noah Rojo. Rojo had the ball kicked by Ayers. And retaining possession is Fort Morgan, trailing 34-10. Marquez to throw it in. Fernando Marquez lobs it at the top for Linker. On the outside right, Marquez penetrates right baseline, 10-foot pull-up. Yes! Fernando Marquez scores. He's got 4. Fort Morgan looking good to begin the second half. They're down by 22. Here in the right corner is Jacobs. Jacobs back out to Wilkie, thinking about the 3. Steps up, lobs it down low for Ward. Picked up by Sarinana. Now dribbles behind the 3-point line. Cross-court left corner, Caleb Ayers' 3 is in and out. Nick Norris goes high for his 5th rebound. On the outlet to Sarinana. David Sarinana with 6:42 to go in the third. Bounce pass in the high right to Marquez. Dribbles right baseline. Marquez lost control, got it back. Sarinana left corner, behind his back, backs up. Can't take that 3. Inside towards Norris, but it's off a Mustang hand, and it's taken away. This will be an easy layup on. Oh no! It's a dunk attempt, and he hung on the rim. That should be a technical by Trey Ward. He tried to dunk it, he missed it, and hung on the rim. So Fort Morgan will get 2 free throws in the ball. They commit the turnover, but instead of laying it in, Trey Ward tried to dunk it. It rattled out, and he hung on the rim. So now Marquez will attempt 2 free throws. Yep, and it wasn't a hot dog type of dunk. He got up there, but didn't have total control of the basketball. The freshman delivers the free throw, and it's good. Marquez now has 5 in the game, 3 in this quarter. 34-13. Second free throw by Marquez is in. And now Fort Morgan has the ball down by 20. Should have been an easy layup for Ward, but he wanted to slam it home. Linker gets it into Sarinana. David Sarinana dribbles behind his back on the outside right against Marr. Now to Marquez, gets a pick from Norris at the free throw line in the lane. Then had the ball stripped from behind beautifully by Ward. and it's picked up by Jacobs. Jacobs against Rojo. Cross-court pass left corner for Ward. Straight away, Wilkie. Wilkie free throw line on the outside right to Marr. Now Jacobs right baseline. Penetrates, lean, shoots, and it's blocked out of bounds by Linker. Great block by Isaac Linker. Mead retains possession. Fort Morgan's defense has been very good in this third quarter. They've outscored Mead 6-2. Here's the lob into Wilkie. Now left corner, Marr, three, and that guy is a terror. Nails the three in the corner. That's his sixth triple the game. He's got 18. 37-14. Sadinana in the backcourt with the basketball. Sadinana lob pass to Norris. Norris to Rojo at the free throw line. Left baseline for Linker. Linker dribbles to his right. Linker with the basketball. Bounce pass to Norris. Norris tries to muscle up and he banks it in. He muscled up over Jax Wilkie and scored. Nick Norris now with 4 points in the game. And the other way, the shot is missed over there by Ward, who drove to the basket. Rojo on the floor picks up the ball. And a timeout. Fort Morgan calls a timeout. I'd say I'm impressed by what the Mustangs have done here. 5:21 to go in the third. They trail by 21. But again, I mean, they're playing a team that has virtually everything. They can shoot. They can defend. They've got height. They've got great guard play. They have depth. But Fort Morgan, which scored just 8 points in the first half, has 8 points in the first 2 minutes and 39 seconds of the third. 37-16 Fort Morgan basketball. But I'd love to see the Mustangs hit a three or something from the outside. I mean, they're going to have to do that in this league in the future because this league is full of three-point shooters. We're straight up at 8 o'clock. This is Morgan County's B106. KPRB. Brush Fort Morgan. Rojo in the backcourt to Marquez. Now to Sadinana. Lob pass is tipped away. Back to Sadinana off his right shoulder out of bounds. Fort Morgan commits their 14th turnover. And Ward to throw it in. Ward lobs it into Wilkie, but that's intercepted by Norris. The lob was too deep. Nice play by the junior Nick Norris. Rojo on the outside right. Back out to Sadinana. David Sadinana with 5:03 to go in the third. Gets a pick from Norris at the top. Fakes a three. Down low for Norris. He dribbles, he fades, he shoots, and he misses. And the rebound to Jax Wilkie. Wilkie on the outlet pass to Jacobs, to Marr, to Jacobs. Fouled as he misses. Nick Norris commits his third foul. And Nick Jacobs to shoot two. Boy, great passing there by Mead. A proud supporter of all the area athletes, Mr. D's Ace Home Center. They'll serve you with all your home, farm, and ranch supplies with 3 locations, Sterling, Brush, and Fort Morgan. Simon Graff and Andres Dubray about to come into the game. Nick Jacobs to attempt 2 free throws, and the first one is up, and that's in. 38-16. Rojo and Norris are out. David Wilhelm back in for Trey Ward. Free throw number 2. Coming up here for Jacobs. He bends, he shoots, and connects. Mead by 23. Dubray in the backcourt to Sadinana. Sadinana's backcourt pass taken by Marquez. Marquez dribbles along the right side, then lost control of the basketball, taken by Wilhelm, and then Wilhelm had the shot blocked out of bounds there by Sadinana. Fort Morgan with their 4th turnover of the quarter. Mead basketball, and Marr to throw it in. Boy, he's got airs open. There's the lob in the lane to Jacobs. He spins, he turns, he shoots, and he misses. And a foul. There's a push. Looked like Dubray was pushing Wilkie, and he did. That's his 3rd foul. Marr to throw it in. Left of the lane to Wilhelm in the left corner for Marr. Is he going to take a 3? No, Sadinana right on top of him. Ayers will take the left wing 3, and he missed it. And Marr tries to save it and cannot. It goes out of bounds in the corner. Mustang basketball down 39-16. 4.5 to go in the third. And Marquez to throw it in. Mead has applied the pressure all game. And they're not backing off right now. Marquez in the backcourt towards Graff. Simon Graff picks up the dribble, and they're going to call a traveling violation. Yeah, I think he dragged that back foot right before he got it back to Sadinana. Simon wanted to get it across midcourt on the pass, but then saw Linker covered, and that's where the violation occurred. On the outside left, Marr lobs down low for Wilkie against Dubray. He turns and he shoots and scores off the window. That's what 6'8" can do for you. 41-16, and a whistle. That's a foul in the front court against Mead, as Graff had to handle the basketball. Foul on Caleb Ayers. Both teams have committed 2 fouls here in the third. Isaac Linker to throw it in. Mead 41, Fort Morgan 16. Gets it into Sadinana against Marr. Sadinana right baseline, cut off over there, back out to Marquez in the lane. He fades, he shoots, and he misses. Got nothing but glass. And the rebound is into the hands of Will Marr, his second board. Marr across the timeline, met by Sadinana, right corner for Ayers. Fakes the three, penetrates right baseline. He leans and he's fouled hard as he went up for the shot, as he got 3 defenders in the air for Fort Morgan and missed it. The foul's on Linker. That's his second. So Caleb Ayers to shoot a deuce. Trying to extend a 25-point lead, and this one is up, and that's in and out. Nick Beltran will check in for David Sadinana. Second free throws coming up here for Caleb Ayers. That one is up, and that's back rimmed. But the rebound to Ayers, it was a long rebound, and that's what happens when it's a bad miss. Here's Jacobs, right corner, Marr 3, and that one is missed. And Simon Graff goes high for the Mustang. Rebound is fourth. On the outlet to Beltran, 3:39 to go in the third, 41-16. Beltran crosses midcourt on the crossover dribble. Beltran over to Marquez on the high left. Marquez back out to Graff. Graff with the basketball. Graff right of the lane, puts up a runner off the glass and in! That's a nice move by Simon Graff. Little 8-footer by Simon. The senior scores. Mustangs to within 23. Bounce pass right baseline for Wilhelm against Graff. He hooks it up left hand, good. Boy, you can't defend that, and Simon was right there on defense, and he played him tight, but he got it with the left hand. Marquez to Linker in the backcourt. Linker with the basketball, try to get to the front court, bounce pass to Marquez. Marquez in the high left on the left baseline, kicks it back out to Graff. Graff down low for Marquez. Marquez left corner for Dubray, takes the 3, and he throws up an air ball. David Wilhelm has the basketball for Mead, 43-18 Mead, 2:47 to go in the third. In the right corner, Ayers takes the 3, and that's in. Caleb Ayers now with 6, 46-18. And that is now 9 3-pointers for Mead. Lob to Marquez, crossing midcourt. Marquez gets it to Beltran. Jump pass to Dubray, 3-on-2. Over to Graff. Graff dribbles. Reverse layup is blocked. It's out of bounds off Ayers. Fort Morgan retains possession. KJ Jacobs, Jacob McGill, and Bartholomew come into the game for Mead. Oh, they're going to say that's off Morgan? Wow. Okay, well, I guess it went off Simon. He might have tried to retrieve it at the last second. And Norris will replace Linker. Beto Martinez supplants Marquez with a 46-18 Mead lead, and 2:27 to go in the third quarter. And here comes Will Marr. Marr across the timeline on the high left, dribbles into the lane. Marr back out straight away to Jacobs. Jacobs over to McGill, hands it off, guarded by Beltran. Dribbles to his right. Jacobs hands it off to Marr. Martinez right there. Marr between his legs at the top. He's got 7 threes in the game. Cross-court pass in the left corner for Jacobs. Marr's got 6 threes, I should say. Here is Will Marr against Martinez. Takes the right wing 3, and he missed it. In and out. Jacobs tips the rebound into Beltran's hands. Beltran coming down with the basketball. Beltran on the outside left to Simon Graff. Graff spins, had the ball stripped from behind. And here comes Will Marr all the way. Lays it up and in off the Mustang turnover. Fort Morgan has 6 turnovers in the quarter. 20 points for Marr in the game. It's 48-18, a minute 34 to go. Dubray bounce pass to Beltran. Beltran across midcourt. On the outside left, bounce pass down low for Graff. But then he lost the handle, got it back. He puts it up and he misses. Rebound to Norris. He banks and scores. Nick Norris, 6 points in the game, along with 6 rebounds, 48-20. There's the lob towards McGill over his left hand out of bounds. 11th turnover for Mead. Mustangs have 17 in the game. The inbounds pass from Beltran to Graff, still pressured in the backcourt of the Mustangs. Now to Graff, front court pass to Norris. Then his lob is poked away, but Norris has it off the deflection. Left baseline Martinez, shot is up, and he back rimmed it from 5. And the rebound to McGill. McGill, long pass to Marr. Marr with a minute to go in the third. 48-20 Mead. Straight away to Jacobs. Thinks about the 3. And then the inside pass poked away, intercepted by Dubray. Turnover number 12. Beltran on the outside right. Beltran 3-on-3. Beltran between his legs. Jump pass Dubray. Wide open 3 is good for Andres Dubray. Fort Morgan's first 3 of the game. They're down by 25, 48-23. 37 seconds to go in the third. Here's Marr against Martinez. Outside right to Jacobs in the right corner for McGill. McGill overhead pass intercepted by Beto Martinez. Turnover number 13. Now to Beltran. Beltran at midcourt. 24 seconds to go behind his back. Outside left to Dubray. Dubray left of the lane. Kicks it back out to Graff. Left baseline for Dubray with 17. Dubray with 16. Lob down low for Norris. He hooks it up, and that is blocked there by Bartholomew. A clean block. 9 seconds remaining. Marr across midcourt. Looks up at the clock with 6. Marr between his legs with 5. With 4 on the outside left. Jump pass inside for Wilhelm. Reverse layup up and in and a foul. Boy, the Mustangs got beat on the backside there on that cut. And the foul was committed by Nick Norris, and that'll be his 4th. And Wilhelm to the stripe for 1 free throw. And that free throw is up and in. And that's the end. That was with 0.7 of a second to go, and Dubray nearly put it in from about 70. That's the end of the third quarter. It is Mead 51, Fort Morgan 23 on B106 and B106.com. Let's head to the fourth quarter. Mead 51, Fort Morgan 23. The Mustangs were only outscored 19-15 in that quarter, so they played a very respectable quarter. Even in the second, outscored 9-4. The problem is they were down 23-4 after 1, which is why Mead leads by 28. And Jacob McGill has the basketball out there with Will Marr, KJ Jacobs, Jacob Bartholomew, and David Wilhelm. It's Sarinana, Dubray, Marquez, Linker, and check that, Rojo, as the shot is blocked in the lane. Over there by Dubray, and Rojo comes away with the basketball. Back out to David Sarinana. Sarinana on the outside right to Marquez. Gets a pick, dribbles to his left. At the top now for Linker. Linker with a left-handed dribble. Feeds it left side, Sarinana. Penetrates left baseline. Floats it up off the glass. No good. And the rebound into the hands of Bartholomew. His 6th board on the outlet to Marr. Marr right of the paint. Right corner Jacobs. Takes the 3. Blocked partially by Sarinana. Oh, did they call a foul on that one? He must have got him with a body. Oh, they said they got him across the wrist. Sarinana with his first foul. And now Jacobs to attempt 3 free throws, and the first one is in and out. Yeah, that looked clean from here. Second free throw coming up for Jacobs. That's up, and that one is missed. Here comes free throw number 3. Adam Cardona also not here for Fort Morgan. I should have pointed that out earlier. So again, shorthanded of the Mustangs. Third free throw is good. 52-23. Sarinana in the backcourt, double team. Bounce pass to Marquez at the free throw line in the backcourt. He dribbles across the timeline, and his left foot was on the baseline. His left foot slid. And Fort Morgan now with their 18th turnover. 7:06 to go in the game, down by 29. You know, this was going to be a trial year for the Mustangs anyway. They came out of a very weak Colorado 7 league. They graduated one of the top players in the state in Trey McBride. And they knew playing in this league, it was going to be, they weren't going to pick up the pieces right where they left off for the Colorado 7. The Jacobs 3 is short, but he grabs his own rebound. No block out there. In the corner to Marr. Marr against Sarinana. Dribbles left of the lane. Left baseline. Now here's Bartholomew all the way. Reverse layup, and he's fouled as he misses. Linker and Dubray were both there to try and block the shot. Foul is on Dubray. That's his 4th. Nick Norris will check back into the game. Free throw by Bartholomew is good. We have a short post-game show coming up. And we'll talk to you once again coming up on Saturday. Brian Nickel will have the call of those games against Frederick. That free throw is short. And a nice strong rebound by Nick Norris. That's his 7th. In the backcourt, then Sadinana throws the ball over the head of Marquez out of bounds, and Fort Morgan's getting careless with the basketball now. 11 turnovers at halftime. Now they've got 19. So 8 in the second half, but we still have 6:40 to go in the game. They're down by 30, 53-23. Trey Ward to throw it in front of the Mead bench. Over to Nick Jacobs. Jacobs back out to Ayers. Straight away to McGill on the outside right to Ward. Now to Jacobs into the lane. Jacobs had the ball stripped away beautifully. Here comes Marquez out of the pack. Marquez with a 1-on-2. Marquez all the way. Leans, banks, and misses. And the ball is into the hands of Trey Ward. And he's got Jacobs ahead of the field. Jacobs spinning. He almost fell down. Cross-court bounce pass to Ayers. Right wing 3 is no good. Nice strong rebound by Sadinana, his 4th. Sadinana looks for Marquez. Feeds it to him. Mustangs have a 5-on-4 working. Linker with the basketball into the paint. Linker lost control. He's on the floor, but kicks it back out on the bounce there to Marquez, and he takes a 3. Yes! Fernando Marquez got 9 points in the game. Long pass over to Bartholomew, who dunks. Fort Morgan fell asleep on the back end. 55-26. Sadinana the other way, banks and scores. Sadinana to the right of the basket. He's got 4. 55-28, 5.5 to go. Nick Jacobs, 3 in the corner, good. Now they're going back and forth. 30-point lead once again for Mead. 5:21 to go in the game. 58-28. Sadinana the other way for Fort Morgan. David Sadinana, bounce pass in the right corner for Rojo. Dribbling to his left, bounce pass to Norris. He dribbles, he shoots, and he misses. And the ball is rebounded by Trey Ward. Long pass to Nick Jacobs. In the lane to Bartholomew, and he scoops it up and in. Wanted to dunk again, but the ball kind of slipped out of his hand. Nonetheless, he scored. Mead leads by 32, 4:51 to go in the game. Marquez against the defender has the shot blocked out of bounds by Jacobs. Now it's going to be tough for him to make it. Simon Graff checks in for Noah Rojo. Marquez to throw it in. 60-28 Mead. Marquez looking. Bounce pass to Norris, and he puts it up, and he got nothing but glass, and he missed it. Caleb Ayers with a rebound. Long pass over to Ward. Right baseline to McGill. McGill with Marquez right there. Tries to muscle his way out of bounds. Marquez is the one who poked it away. Mead retains possession. Trey Ward to throw it in with 4:36 to go. Ward lobs it left corner. Caleb Ayers wide open 3. Good. That was not good defense by Fort Morgan. He was just standing there. And for Mead, they have 11 three-pointers in the game. The Mustangs have 2. 62-28. 4:24 to go. This Mead team is just really good. Really good. Simon Graff at the top, left corner for Marquez. Fernando Marquez looking down low. Lobs it back out to Linker. Linker left of the lane. Linker spins, leans, tried to get it to Norris, instead deflected towards Graff. Left corner 3. That's an air ball, and Norris tries to save it in, but it's saved in to Jacob Bartholomew. Here's the long pass to Ward. No look pass to McGill. Cross-court pass to Jacobs. Left corner triple, yes. Mead is a machine. 66-28. 12 three-pointers for Mead. They're going to clear this bench. They're going to put in a bunch of junior varsity players. It's a 38-point lead. Marquez all the way. Lean shoots, and the shot is blocked, and it went off Simon Graff's hand out of bounds. Beltran, Martinez, and Dubray. 3 sophomores in for Fort Morgan. Let's see. Elijah Knudsen, Hayden Sock. And Jason Pelzer in for Mead. So these are all underclassmen out there for both teams except Graff for Fort Morgan. Sock with the basketball now to Bartholomew. Straight away also into the game with whoever's wearing 24. I don't have that name. But here is Jason Pelzer with the basketball. In the left corner, Bartholomew. Sock will take the three, and that one is no good. David Sadinana has his 5th rebound for Fort Morgan. Sadinana with 3:05 to go. Sadinana leans, shoots, and misses. Goes for the rebound, tipped to Martinez, and that'll be the 3rd team foul. The foul's committed by Jason Pelzer. Beto just grabbed his 2nd rebound of the game. You're looking for small victories here. Beltran to throw it in. Rojo's in for Sadinana with 2:59 to go, and Mead leads 66-28. They have doubled their halftime advantage. Beltran to throw it in. Lobs it at the top for Graff. Graff back out to Beltran on the high left. Down low for Dubray, and he puts it up left baseline. Air ball, and the ball is tipped around, and it's loose, and it's taken by Beltran. Beltran at the top. Pass in the left corner for Dubray. He'll take the three, and that's off the back of the rim. And it looks like there's a traveling violation. 2 Mead Mavericks had the basketball, and they were moving with it, so that's a turnover for Mead. Their 15th Fort Morgan basketball, 2:24 to go, 66-28. Beltran to throw it in. Beltran left wing for Rojo. Rojo back out to Martinez. On the high left for Beltran. Dribbles to his left on the left baseline. Little 10-foot pull-up. Yes! Nick Beltran scores at the left baseline for Fort Morgan. Mustangs down 66-30. 2 minutes to go in the game. On the outside right with the basketball is Elijah Knudsen. Back out to Bartholomew against Dubray. Bartholomew nearly traveled than he did. For Morgan basketball with 1:47 to go. Mead will not pressure. But it is a running clock because of the lead. Yeah, you get to 35, I believe, and it's the running clock. There's Beltran the other way. Beltran at the top free throw line, 15-footer, and that's short. Rebound, Dubray hooks it up and in. Andres Dubray scores. He's got 5, 66-32. Hayden Sock the other way. Hayden Sock hands it off to Knudsen behind the three-point line. Knudsen cross court to Pelzer. Pelzer into the lane. Jump pass left baseline to Sock. He backs up. Can't take that three. Now to Bartholomew. Overhead pass Knudsen. Straight away three-pointer. Good. Wow. 69-32 with a minute to go in the game. 13 three-pointers made by Mead. Beltran at the top. On the high left to Martinez. Left baseline for Graff. Down low for Dubray, and he puts it up, and he missed it from 3 feet away. And the ball is out of bounds. It's off Rojo. Let's see if Mead just holds the basketball here. Running clock with 36 seconds to go. Well, they might. These are backups, and they want to get into the action here. Elijah Knudsen with 28 to go against Martinez. Back out to Bartholomew. Now over to Pelzer with 23 seconds to go. Now into the lane of Sock. Jump pass right corner. Back out to Knudsen. Knudsen looks up at the clock with 13 seconds remaining at this point. Just you figure you're going to dribble it out. Now with 8, with 7. Back out to Bartholomew. Yeah, just let him dribble it out. Jump pass is poked out of bounds with... Nope, the clock expires. They just let it run out. Yeah, it's the running clock anyway. And that's it. The Mead Mavericks defeat the Fort Morgan Mustangs 69-32. We're back in 2 minutes. It's a 2-minute break on B106 and B106.com. Mustang Post-Game Show brought to you by Morgan Community College. There to make your dreams become a reality for both traditional and non-traditional students. Check them out at morgancc.edu. That's Morgan Community College. The Fort Morgan Mustangs go down to defeat tonight to the Mead Mavericks 69-32. And the difference was really in the first 8 minutes, 23-4. And Will Marr was unconscious. He nailed 5 3-pointers. Those are the only threes that he took in the opening quarter. That's how hot he was as Fort Morgan got into a major hole. Fort Morgan was outscored 9-4 in the second quarter, 19-15 in the third, and outscored 18-9 in the fourth quarter. Visiting Mustangs at 9 points from Fernando Marquez, 6 from Nick Norris, 5 points from Andres Dubray, 4 apiece for David Sadinana and Isaac Linker, and then 2 points in the game from Simon Graff and Nick Beltran. For Mead, 20 points for Will Marr, 13 for Nick Jacobs. Next up, Caleb Ayers had 9 in the game, 6 for Jacob Bartholomew and David Wilhelm. And then Jax Wilkie had 4 3 apiece for Trey Ward and KJ Jacobs. And 2 points in the game for Jacob McGill. 36 rebounds for Mead. They got 7 apiece from Ward and Bartholomew. Mustangs had 24 in the game, 7 from Nick Norris. 18 turnovers for the Mustangs and 16 for Mead. Fort Morgan 4-4 for the free throw line. Mead 12 out of 22. Mustangs dropped to 2-12 in Tri-Valley play, 5-16 overall. Mead 13-0 in league play and 17-3 on the season. Mustangs back in action coming up on Saturday. Ryan Nick will have those games on B106 and B106.com at home against Frederick, with the girls game at 5:30, the boys game at 7 o'clock. Mustang Player of the Game is brought to you by Transwest. They believe that customers are number one. Check out their selection online or just stop by one of their dealerships in Fort Morgan or Sterling today. Transwest. We're going to give it to the freshman, Fernando Marquez, who had 9 points in the game to lead all Mustang scores. Outstanding job, as always, by our sound engineer and producer tonight, Herrick Curtis. I'm John Beltran. Final scores tonight. The Mead girls defeat Fort Morgan 52-32, and the Mead boys beat Fort Morgan 69-32, right here on Morgan County's B106 and B106.com.